Hi, my name is Leslie Jimenez, museum educator here at the Museum of Latin American Art, and today we're going to teach you how to work with linear perspective, specifically one-point perspective. Now we do have two-point perspective coming to you in part 2 in the next couple of days, so check back with us soon. For today though, one-point perspective, let's get down to it. For this project, you'll need a pencil, an eraser, a 12-inch ruler, a piece of paper, and a marker. So to create linear perspective, we need two main things. One is our horizon line, which is different than a vertical line, which goes downward. And we'll also need a vanishing point. Now here, I've gone ahead and created a single horizon line, and a horizon line is a line that dictates our line of sight. So this is at eye level, right? And this is created by taking our ruler and taking our pencil, putting our ruler horizontally on our piece of paper and tracing a line with our pencil. Of course, because we want to make sure you get to see what we're drawing, I'm taking my marker and I'm taking my ruler and I'm going to simply trace over the horizon line created with a pencil for you all to see. Just like that. Great, so you've got your horizon line. The next step is to create our single vanishing point. Now the vanishing point is where our object meets our horizon line. Now this vanishing point can be placed anywhere along this line. I'm feeling a little creative, so I think that I'm going to place my vanishing point right over here. There we go. You've got your horizon line and you've got your single vanishing point, which is going to create our single point perspective. You can use this technique to make a number of shapes and forms, but to keep it simple and to make sure you really understand how to create one-point perspective, we're going to go with a very simple shape, a shape known as a square. So let's start off with taking our ruler and taking our pencil and creating a square right above our horizon line. Let's start off. So a square is a shape that has all even sides. For this square, I'm going to use 4 inches on the bottom, 4 inches on the right, and 4 inches on the top. And 4 inches on the left. Now, of course, I'm going to trace this over for you with a marker so you can thoroughly see the lines on this square. And if you're worried about your square not being completely linear, that's okay. You're just trying your best. So you got your square with all 4 sides equally distanced from each other. Now what's the next step? Well, we've got our basic shape. Now it's a matter of adding dimension to our square to create a cube, and we're using one single vanishing point. This is the point that is connecting every single point of our shape to our horizon line to give us that 3-dimensional perspective. So what we're going to do next is take our ruler and connect the 4 corners of our square to our single vanishing point. Let's try it out. Ruler goes on to my first point, connects to my vanishing point, and because these are leading lines, I'm going to dot them over for you, and I'm going to do the same thing to this point, dotting them over, and I'm going to do the same thing for this point up here. I'm aligning my vanishing point to my 3rd point. That's dash, dash, dash. And you might be thinking, wait a minute, what about this point over here? Well, wouldn't you know, anything behind this plane, this square plane, is not visible to the eye, right? Because we're at eye level. However, we can still take our ruler, connect our point of our square here to our vanishing point, and create our dashed line from below into our vanishing point. And like that, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 leading lines that connect to all 4 points of your square. Now you're thinking, wait a minute, this is just a two-dimensional square plane. Where is the three-dimensional cube? Well, that's where we're going to next. So we're going to take our ruler one more time, our marker one more time, and we're going to create lines that connect our leading lines to our vanishing point to create that sense of depth. Something that you see here. So let's try it out. This is the part where I'm going to connect my legs to. So with my ruler, I'm aligning the leading line from my point number 1 and my point number 2. And I'm making it perpendicular to my first line. Okay. So we want to make sure that the lines are perpendicular to the sides of our square. This is our first line. Now how about we connect the line from this point and this point along this square here. So I'm going to connect this line here and connect it to my leading line here, making sure it's perpendicular to this side of the square. And I'm following up. There we go. And now, of course, I want to make sure that this point as well, because it's what we can see, is also connecting to this line here. So let's see here. I'm taking this line here, and it's perpendicular to this side of the square. There you go. Now you're thinking, wait a minute, what's going on? I see something is here, something's not quite. Well, this is where we take our ruler one more time and we begin to connect the dots of these two planes that we're connecting. Consider this plane 1, consider this plane 2. Now we need to connect these two planes, right, to give that sense of dimension. So with our ruler, we're going to connect these 2 points here, like that. And now we're going to connect these 2 points here as well, like that. And of course, we're going to connect these 2 points here as well, like this. And there you go. Now, because we were working with marker, it becomes a little difficult to see or erase the lines that we created here. However, if you remove these lines, you're able to see that you created a three-dimensional shape that is entirely using a single point perspective, and all leads to this singular vanishing point. All right, everybody, you've completed your single point perspective project using a horizon line and a single vanishing point. Congratulations. Now do stick around because we have part 2 coming to you, where we will cover using 2-point perspective to create these forms as well. Now, if you want to learn more about these techniques, please join us every first or second Thursday for our monthly community art workshop series, where you can learn how to create work just like this using these techniques. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.